St Nicholas News with me, Matilda Clewley. Today we have a special feature on Victorian Liverpool, so let's hand it over to, me, Matilda Clewley, live at the Catholic Cathedral. Hi, this is Matilda Clewley reporting for St Nicholas News. In the Victorian age, this cathedral wasn't actually built. In fact, it was only constructed in 1962. Although the Brownlow Hill Workhouse was built long before the Victorian era, it was still active throughout Victorian times. Built in 1769, it was enlarged in 1842 and became one of the biggest workhouses in the country, accommodating up to 5,000 people. So we set off to the library to find out more about the workhouse. I'm at the Liverpool Central Library and I'm about to go into the search room to find out more about the workhouse. Hi, I'm in the library and I'm looking at the floor plan of the workhouse. By looking at the floor plans, we found out that the workhouse was located right where the Catholic Cathedral and my primary school is now. You can also see all the different types of rooms where the residents would have eaten, slept and worked. The workhouse was demolished in 1931 to make way for our lovely Catholic cathedral. So, we took a short walk behind the cathedral to find another really important Victorian building. The Victoria building was designed by Alfred Waterhouse and was completed in 1892. Originally, it was designed to be the headquarters of Liverpool University. The Victoria building was the first red brick university and in 2008 was converted into the Victoria Gallery and Museum. It is located just up the road from our primary school. So we stepped inside the Victoria building to find out more. As well as designing the outside of the building, Alfred Waterhouse actually designed a lot of the features inside, like all these amazing tiles. In Victorian times, the Victoria building housed lecture rooms, staff offices, common rooms, and on the top floor, the Tate Library. Nowadays, it's an art gallery and museum with lots of really cool exhibitions, and even better, it's completely free to visit. I'm stood in front of Liverpool, which was built in 1785 and would have looked very similar to this in Victorian times. Although nowadays a bookstore, in the Victorian era, this purpose-built shop was run by Miss Sarah Bird, a dealer in tea and coffee. Next, we set off to find one of the most important places in Liverpool's Victorian history. In 1830, the Industrial Revolution was well underway. Britain was the most important country and Liverpool its second most important city. Although 11-year-old Queen Victoria would not sit on her throne for another 7 years, it is here the Victorian era began, with the birth of the railways. In 1830, people gathered to see the first ever passenger train journey from Liverpool to Manchester. The crowds were huge, with tens of thousands of people trying to catch a glimpse of the first steam train. At one point, the local MP, William Hoskinson, accidentally fell on the line and got crushed by the incoming rocket train. William Hoskinson died from his injuries and as a result went down in history as the first person ever killed by a passenger train. On arriving at Lime Street Station, people were greeted by the world's largest iron roofed building, which we can still see today. Finally, we set off to one of the biggest Victorian buildings in Liverpool. The site of St George's Hall was formerly occupied by the first Liverpool Infirmary from 1749 to 1824. The local government didn't want the first thing people to see as they stepped out of Lime Street Station to be an asylum, so it was replaced with St George's Hall. Music festivals were held in Liverpool, but there was nowhere big enough to put them on. So it was decided to build a huge hall in Liverpool to house the music festivals, meetings, dinners and concerts. In 1838, the first stone was laid to celebrate the coronation of Queen Victoria. Construction started in 1841 and the building finally opened in 1854. At the time, it was one of the biggest buildings in the country and is an amazing piece of Victorian history right in the middle of Liverpool. So, I think we can all agree that Liverpool has some amazing Victorian history, with many of the buildings just as important today as they were then. I've been Matilda Clewley for St Nicholas News.